Hey guys, here's my review for this Rockpals 300 watt power station. I'm gonna mainly go through all the features we see on this front panel. First of all, there are two LED lights. Just press the button, super bright. Same for this one on the right hand side, which will be handy if you're using the car or go camping. And then the first column is controlled by this DC1 button, one cigarette port and one 24-volt port, which can be used mainly for the CPAP or VPAP machine. And then column 2, there are three 12-volt ports. Each one is 4 amp rated. There is a cable come with it, to plug into either the 12 volt or 24 volt port. But most of the laptop or other electronics are not really using this type of port. So what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to cut the cable come with it in half, so I can use one end, plug into it, and then whatever connector that I use, I can just solder to the other side and make it more custom cables. The third column and the fourth column will be the main ones that I'm talking about in this video. First of all, the USB ports, they have two. One is 1 amp and 2.1 amp. I did test these two white ports. I found out both of them can actually go above 1 amp. So I'm not sure, if that's just how it is, maybe they're identical. Now the two blue ones is a 3.0. Usually people see the color of the ports, they think it's just a USB 3.0. But if you look at the manual, actually it's the 3.0 stands for QC 3.0, which is a standard that Qualcomm invented. It's called Quick Charge 3.0. What it does is for any phone that you use, if it supports QC 3.0, mainly will be any Android phone, non-Samsung Android phone. If you can find on the market, usually they support. Samsung has their own proprietary standard, but for non-Samsung Android phone, they mostly support QC 3.0. What it does is, normally the USB port will give you 5 volt and whatever current the phone can support. For any QC 3.0 phone, they support a higher voltage for charging. So once you plug into those phones that support this standard, these two ports, the voltage can go above 5 volt up to 9 volts. For the same amount of current, from 5 volt to say 9 volt, you will be doubling your charging speed. Okay? Now this is AC port that you can use for any of the AC electronics or power adapter, as long as it's within the power limit. But the good thing or the special thing about this port is it's rated for true AC. Sorry about the light. True sine wave AC. Okay, so I'm going to show you the difference. What is a true sine wave? I have a cheap cigarette to AC adapter here. I bought on Amazon for like less than 20 bucks. Now if I plug in here and turn on this port, okay, now the display comes up. It shows the power goes from the battery to DC1 port. And then let's switch over to this side. If I turn on this adapter, okay, the light come up. Now, if you look at, I have a oscilloscope connected to the output of this AC port. You can look at the waveform. Normally, for any of the plugin you have in your house, it will be a sinusoidal wave that I'm going to show you in a moment. You see the frequency is close to 60 Hertz, the voltage about 120 volts, so no problem. But if you look at the waveform, it's actually a square wave. Now the problem of it is the voltage on each of the edge change very quickly and give you a lot of harmonics. Now you don't need to know all the technical terms, but just to put it simple, it's gonna hurt your electronics that's going into this port. For most of the laptop adapters, or any of the good power adapter that you use, they probably would have some filter to prevent any damage from these kind of waveform. And now let's go check what is a true sine wave or true AC that this power bank provides. So let me hook up to this output here. Turn on this AC. So just wait for the voltage to come up. 70, 100, 115. So that's about right. Now let's move over. Okay. You can see this is a very nice and smooth sinusoidal waveform. The frequency is exactly at 60 Hertz and the voltage RMS is about 115. So this will be the difference, and that is why this one is 15 bucks. This is what we have as part of the $300 power station. Last thing I want to mention is the battery capacity. So the battery inside, if you charge it full, it will be 12.6 volts, which basically is 3 cells in series. So you will have about roughly 25 times of the battery capacity you have in the latest iPhone XR. Alright, thanks for watching the video.
I'm an icon, man. And my girl about a 10. I should fuck her in the Benz.